D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? And if you've clicked into this video, you can see that this is going to be my review for the Suicide Squad. I want to do that, but before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithms, and small channels like mine usually get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Now, this just recently came out. I know you've seen everybody else's review, but I pay for HBO Max, and I wanted to put my review out here and give you my thoughts on this movie. This movie is directed and written by James Gunn, and it stars Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, John Cena, Joel Kinnaman, Sylvester Stallone, Viola Davis, Jai Courtney, and Peter Capaldi, just to name a few. Now, my first thoughts about this movie was that it was good. I did like it. I liked it a lot. And I hate to use the word fun to describe movies, because I feel like when you use the word fun to describe movies, you're just like, it really wasn't that good, but you don't want to say it was bad kind of thing. But this movie was good. Oops, sorry, the lighting changed there for a sec. This movie was good, and it was really fun. I had a good time watching it. You know, it's rated R, very R. You know, I kind of wanted to watch this with my kids, but I'm glad I didn't because there's a lot of stuff in here that is very inappropriate for children. There we go. So I just want to start off with about the plot. So Suicide Squad gets together, you know, like normal, to go on a mission. And that mission is to destroy Starro and everything to do with Project Starfish, which is Starro. And they're Team B. I'll talk about Team A. Team A is basically they're just cannon fodder and a distraction, so Team B can do their mission, which kind of bothered me a little bit. I didn't like that, but it's so Amanda Waller to use people as a distraction to get killed and everything. Speaking of Amanda Waller and her people and everything, I just want to say real quick before I get into her character, I liked at the beginning when they were betting on who would survive and who would die. It gave me very Cabin in the Woods vibes while watching it. So I did like that. I did, and I liked all the characters, which I will break those down in a little bit. So back to the plot. So Team B, their goal is to get to Corto Maltese. I'm glad they use Corto Maltese. I love that in the comic books. Get to Corto Maltese. They are supposed to kidnap the Thinker, get into Jotunheim, which is a scientific base that was left over from World War II. And then they are to get in and destroy Starro / Project Starfish, which they didn't know about until they got there. And a bunch of fun ensues and a lot of killing and everything. And I liked it a lot. And I'll talk about it a little bit more as I talk about like the characters, which I'm going to do right now. So I just want to, I'm not going to go into any specific order, but I will tell you my favorites and everything. But I want to just go through them, so first off, we'll start off with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Now, I liked Harley Quinn in this movie. She's not in the movie as much as you would think she would be in the movie, because she's in Team A, which makes me go, that really bums me out that you put Harley in the cannon fodder group, Team A. Why wouldn't you put her in Team B? I mean, she's a skilled fighter. In my opinion, I think she could go hand to hand with Bloodsport or Peacemaker. You know, I don't know about the gun situation, because Harley doesn't seem like she's really like great with a gun kind of thing. But yeah, but Margot Robbie does a good job, like she's always done, I think. Her costuming, I really liked the leather jumpsuit thingy from the beginning. I liked the jacket. I liked her hair in pigtails, but braided and long and everything. And I didn't like the dress as much as that first outfit. And the thing is, it's just not combat ready. In my opinion, like I feel like she could have fought really well in that first outfit, but in the second outfit, I'm all like, well, how is she sliding and not like scratching up her legs kind of thing? I was just like, that's a little weird to me. But at the same time, I wasn't upset about it. Like it was fine. I do also think that when she was in with that General Luna guy, and he was all like, I want to make you my queen and everything, and she's all like, I freaking love you, and she has sex with him and everything. I do think that that was grooming. He was totally grooming her. He was like giving her all these nice things and showing her the good life. And I mean, like, he was saying all the right things. And I think he was just like marrying her to please his people. Like, he wasn't really in love with her, but she's hot, so of course, and everything. So I do think that he was grooming her. You can disagree with me, that's fine. That's fine. That's my opinion on it. You will not be able to change my mind, just so you know. The next one I want to talk about is Idris Elba's Bloodsport. I did like this character. You could totally tell that this was meant to be Deadshot because it's just Deadshot, but with a new name and everything. But I did like this character, and I thought he did a good job. And I like Idris Elba. I think Idris Elba is great. I hope we see Bloodsport again in the DCEU, not just in a Suicide Squad movie. I did like that they referenced the comic books as far as him putting Superman in the ICU, and that's why he was in Bel Rev. I didn't like the daughter story part. I thought that the daughter who was played by shoot, hold on, it's further down in my notes, but I can't remember her name, but I feel like it was a waste of that actress. Like, I really do. Like, it's fine that they had her in there, but it was a waste of the actress. Like, I think that she's really good, and they could have done something different with that. I mean, but at the same time, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. So it's fine. So Bloodsport was great. And I liked him and Ratcatcher's like thing going on, like how it was like he was like the father figure to her and she was the daughter figure to him during their mission. And I did like it when she was like, he's like, I'm going to get you out of here alive. And she's like, I'm going to get you out of here alive and everything. I love her accent, by the way. And we'll talk about her in a minute. And then they both did, like, he saved her from Peacemaker and she saved him from Starro. So it was great. Next, John Cena as the Peacemaker, or just Peacemaker. This character is a douche, but I think that was what he was meant to be, and I did like him a lot. I liked the part where I didn't like this part where they were killing the freedom fighters. I felt bad for the freedom fighters because like they were trying to do the right thing, and here comes in a bunch of idiots and they kill them all. Not all of them, but most of them, and they were just like doing it for fun and everything. And I'm all like, that's so crazy, but at the same time, it was kind of a fun scene. But so he was I liked it when he kills the guy, but he shoots him in the shoulder and he's like, not lethal, and he's all like explosive bullets. I can't remember what he was. And then the guy blows up and he's all like, nobody likes to show off. And he's like, unless what they're showing off is dope as fuck and everything. And then he's like, so true. And or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he says, but I'm all like, it's lines like that I really liked this character. That's why I like this character. And he did get his own show. And I'm like most people, I feel like Ratcatcher 2 should have got her own show. But I'll be watching this Peacemaker show because I got HBO Max. I think I'm up though. No, I've still got some time. I did mine right before the Snyder Cut, and that was in March. It doesn't matter. Anyway, sorry. Rick Flagg, Joel Kinnaman's Rick Flagg. Now, a lot of people are like, I didn't like him from the first movie. I thought he was all right in the first movie. Like, I mean, like, listen, let's be honest with this. If you're not a comic book reader, stop acting like you knew about Rick Flagg. And if you're not a and he hasn't been in, he's only been in like, I think the Justice League animated show as their leader. So people that are all of a sudden they're experts on Rick Flagg, like, get out of here. You're not an expert. You just Googled it, which is fine. I'm not blaming you on that. But everybody's like, this is more of a Rick Flagg that's comic book accurate. And I'm all like, how do you know? I've never read a Rick Flagg comic book. Stop it. So, but I did like Rick Flagg, and then I am bummed that he died because I just go, who's going to be their leader now? It's not going to be Bloodsport or Peacemaker because those two, I just feel like they're not smart enough to figure stuff out. At least Rick Flagg was, when they were killing all the freedom fighters, he knew that those were freedom fighters and not, Corto Maltese soldiers. So it's like, whatever. But yeah, so it will be interesting to see who they pick as the leader, and maybe they can bring him back. Who knows? King Shark, who is voiced by Sylvester Stallone. I liked King Shark. Now, I will be honest with you, he wasn't my favorite because I don't like a dumb King Shark. I like intelligent King Shark, like from the Harley Quinn series. I mean, because I just feel like he offers more than just brute strength to the group. And the guy that voices him on Harley Quinn, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He's so good. Yeah, I love it. And he's a funny guy. Like you watch his stand up because he's a comedian. He's a really funny guy. I love him so much and everything. But King Shark in this, I did like him. My favorite part with King Shark, and I want to mention one other thing, but my favorite part with King Shark is when he's like, I'm going to wear a disguise. And then he puts his finger up and he's, I'll wear a mustache. And I'm all like, that's funny. That's funny. I like this. One thing I do want to mention, and I'm asking you guys to help me, when King Shark gets up to that fish tank and it's got all those little creatures, those red, yellow, and blue creatures, and they're like mimicking him and making a shape, and he's like, friends and everything. What are those? Because I have been Googling, like, no joke. I read comic books, but I had no idea what they are. I'm like, the whole time I'm like, who is this? What are these? What are these things? Are these from the comic books, or did James Gunn make them up for the movie? If he made them up for the movie, I'm not mad about it. I'm literally curious. Like, I need to know what these are from. So, yeah. And then then the next one I talk about is Amanda Waller. I liked this character. Like I said before, I thought that, I think that Viola Davis, she is awesome. I love Viola Davis, and she's so hot. I find her very attractive. I like it when her hair is like more down than when it is up in this movie, but I find her very attractive, except for when she cries, because she gets the snot, and that's gross. Snot is gross. But as far as Amanda Waller goes, I liked her through this whole movie, except for I didn't like what her people did to her when they knocked her over the head with the golf club. Because if you read comic books or you watch any like animated show or anything, Amanda Waller is she's a boss bitch. She's no nonsense. So any type of rebelry, I don't know what the right word is for this, any type of pushback, and you're gone. She has no problem taking you out. Look at the people from her team from the first movie. She just shot them because they knew information that they weren't privy to. They didn't have a classification for. So she just killed them all. And I'm all like, so she's a brutal biatch and everything. But I love that about her. So I think going forward, she has to kill those people that were in the room. At least the three main ones, the guy and then the two women, the woman that knocked her out, and then the James Gunn's girlfriend, and then the guy that played King Shark, but physically and everything, not the voice. She's got to kill them. She has to. And I'll talk about so Peter Capaldi as the Thinker. I felt like they shouldn't have used the Thinker. The Thinker is a good bad guy if you want to use him later on. And I just felt like having him in here and then killing him off, like, never kill off a good bad guy, because I feel like when you do that, you then limit, because the Thinker is more like a Flash villain, I think. And he was a villain for the Flash in season 5. And I think the Thinker could have been a good bad guy later on, but at the same time, killing him off really didn't, like, I wasn't mad about it. Like, I was like, oh, well, whatever, it's fine. So then now I want to talk about Ratcatcher 2, who's played by Daniela Mulchier. I don't know if that's how you say her name. If I got it wrong, I apologize. I liked this character a lot. I thought she was really good. I thought that they did a really good job. Taika Waititi as her father, Ratcatcher 1, was good. He's very small in the role, but it was very effective. I like that commentary about the rats being like, if they have purpose, then we have purpose. And I think that a lot of people look at, homeless people and people that are lower, they look at them as a problem in society and just like not worth anything. And I think that the commentary was really good. I don't know if the execution was 100% in my opinion, but I did think that it was, I did think that the commentary was good. So they just could have went a little bit further with it. Now, and then the last character that I want to talk about by himself is Polka Dot Man, which is played by David Dastmalchian. I think that's how you say his name. And he did an awesome job there. I like James Gunn's reimagining of this character. I thought it was great. This character usually in the comic books, he usually just throws, I think, polka dots on, like he takes them off and each polka dot does something different. But I liked that his polka dots were an internal thing, and that it was like an interdimensional virus, and he had to spew out polka dots twice a day or they would eat him alive or whatnot. And I thought that was very cool. And I thought it was cool how they came out of his body. It was very cool. I didn't like that he kept seeing his mom everywhere. That kind of, because like when he attacked Starro and then he saw his mom and she was like, ah, I would have rather have seen to see Starro there instead of his mother. The part where he's dancing in the club and is dancing with his mom, I thought that was funny, but it just was a joke that for me personally got old quick. So I was like, I don't really want to see it anymore, but it's fine. Like, it's not one of those things. So now I want to talk about the characters of Team A. Okay. And that includes Black Spot or whatever Pete Davidson's character was. Nathan Fillion, which is the detachable kid. Michael Rooker's Savant, Flugelborg Javelin, and then Jai Courtney's Captain Boomer, and then Mei Ling Ne Mongol, her Mongol character. And Weasel. Okay, so I didn't like Weasel. Okay, Mongol was not used enough. I mean, if you read comic books, Mongol is pretty formidable enemy, and her dying from being burnt alive, I don't think she would have done that in the comic books because I think she has invulnerability. She's like really strong. So I don't think that was a good use of this character. Like, if you're gonna have Mongol in there, like, she's pretty bad ace in the comic books. Why would you just waste her like that? A lot of these characters were wasted, and the actors were 100% wasted. 100%. Like, and then let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to, because I have them in a weird order. Okay. Weasel. Didn't like Weasel. Wish he would have died. I'm curious to see what happens to Weasel. I don't care to see him again. I don't like this character. Like, I get why James Gunn put him in there, but yeah, I just don't like him and I don't want to see him again. I really feel like, okay, Pete Davidson, he did a good job. I have questions of how did he contact Cordo Maltese to let them know they were coming. But they didn't use him enough and I do not think he delivered the line of, "You're sitting me next to a werewolf, get me out of here," when he's trying to get out of the thing. I didn't think he delivered that line very good, but I like Pete Davidson, but we'll never see him again in the DCEU. So I feel like they just wasted him. And that bothers me because like Pete Davidson could be a really good character in the DCEU, but they just wasted him. Nathan Fillion, I like Nathan Fillion. I didn't like his character. I felt like that was really a weird character to bring in, but at the same time, it didn't bother me. And I'm not sad that he's gone. But Nathan Fillion, again, you could have used him for a better character or later on, but you just killed him off, which is fine, I guess. Michael Rooker's character, Savant. This was a waste of a character. I don't know this character from the comic books because this is the first time, most of these are the first time I've heard of them. But I felt like if he's such a great like tactician or whatever he does, he just ran away at the end of that fight. And then he got his head blown off. I know some people were like, the bird got vengeance because it blew off his head and then that bird was eating. But I was like, I don't care. I didn't care that he killed the bird. I don't care that that bird's eating his head. So, I mean, I didn't really care about the character, so I'm not mad. It's just Michael Rooker. I like Michael Rooker, so it's kind of a thing. Now, the two that I'm mostly upset about is Jai Courtney's Captain Boomerang, because he's a staple. He is like a staple character of the Suicide Squad, and you just killed him off like willy-nilly, and I'm kind of bummed about that because now it's like, well, what do you do in a Flash movie if you want to use Captain Boomerang? Because that's the Flash's villain. He's a part of his rogues gallery. So now what do? You can't have him in there unless, the Flash movie fixes that. And then Flugelborg's Javelin. He didn't do anything, but I love Flugelborg. I love him so much. He's so funny. He's so good at everything. I just love him. And you wasted him as an actor. I mean, I just wish, and he didn't even use his javelin. Like, he never threw it. And I'm all like, why have javelin in there if you're not going to see him show him throwing his javelin? And why waste Flugelborg? Like, come on. James Gunn. Now, as far as Starro goes, I want to talk about Starro for my last character, and then I'll just wrap this thing up because it's already 2 minutes too long. I liked this as a bad guy, but there were in the early days when it was supposed to be that other director, I can't remember. There were rumors that he wanted to have them save a little girl, but Margot Robbie took that storyline from his movie for her movie Birds of Prey. And then it was that they, Suicide Squad was going to get a weapon of power. And the rumor was that it was either going to be Amazo or Supergirl, Kara Zor-El. And I liked these ideas. The saving the girl thing was a trope that I was getting sick of, that I'm still getting sick and tired of. But the Supergirl or Amazo as a power source / weapon of power, I liked that idea. But then it was Starro, and I was a little hesitant, but I liked Starro as the bad guy. I liked it. It was a good one, but I felt like it was a waste when he died, because I'm just like, it's a Justice League, and I'll get to this in just, it's a Justice League bad guy. Why wouldn't you have the Justice League fight him? One thing also that I didn't like about Starro was when his little stars landed on your face, you were dead. You were a walking corpse at that point in time. And in the comic books, you can just take this, you can rip the stars off. And I didn't like that they didn't do that in this movie, because I just felt like because these people, I'm trying to figure out what I want to say here. I just wish that they could have been saved, because then it would have been like they saved the people that didn't get attacked by Starro, but it just would have been cooler. I would just like it. Would have liked it if they just had if you took the stars off, it ripped off your skin like the guy in there. But when Starro died, the people that were not dead from the hands of the Suicide Squad or whatnot, the starfish just fell off, and then they were alive. They were fine. And then the last thing I want to say about this, I was kind of like, I thought would be a really good idea and very funny, is if they're fighting Starro and Polka Dot Man dies, which he shouldn't have died. They should have kept him alive. And then all of a sudden you just see Starro sitting there, and then Superman comes in and bam, right into him. And they could have done like Superman's like this big, and you don't see anybody's face. You don't see, and then Wonder Woman comes in with her sword and slices down it. And then Batman comes in and throws some bombs at it. I would have liked to have seen little miniature versions of the Justice League come in and defeat Starro, and they get all the credit for it. Cause I was like, that'd be so funny / cool. And then they're just like, the Suicide Squad's just like, all right, I guess so, and everything. I just thought that would have been great fun ending. So that is my review. Sorry, I rambled on there for a little bit too long. That is my review for the Suicide Squad. I really liked it. I hope you liked it. I hope we get another one. I can't wait to see what they end up doing, and if they do another one, who they pick and everything. But yeah, go ahead and tell me what you guys thought about this. If you know what those little creatures are with the King Shark, please tell me. Go ahead and tell me what you guys thought about this movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? All that good stuff. Leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next movie review. You guys have a good day. Bye.